Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. I hear that you're going by car to here. Something's going, or maybe you're going by plane. The truth is, I don't know if you're the guy of the kings or the guy who loves me and needs me. And I have seen a woman. She was angry and she was with a reaction to something that I was talking with my boyfriend online, and there were a person having Twitter or something with the picture, pretend I sent something, and I don't know. I mean, I hear you in when I was in. I believe you talk by phone and you called to the psychologist, and you were there the whole time. I thought you were present, but maybe you weren't. And the truth is that sometimes it looks like a mountain, everything is complicated and nothing is gonna solve. Like in my case, living here is really hard. I could move to my apartment and become a shoe repair, but I don't know, I mean, who is money to be quick with? I had a stone for sharpened knives, and I am broken the stone. I didn't make lots of money. What's the point? And lots of things happen like that. Like at the beginning, I had lots of money, and afterwards, I didn't have. And they were talking all the time about a guy who was working with me, and the old people were complaining all the time. And one day, they stopped being my clients, and that's why it happened. They They stopped buying because my life was miserable, and I had to close the shop, and started studying. I studied something that was miserable for me again, because my family always choose something miserable for me, because they believe that miserable equal happiness for them, and how miserable I am makes them happier. And I think it's quite brutal to say that. I think it's the truth. And my brother is trying to force me to believe something that I don't want to believe. And my psychologist has told me that's bullshit. And she knows lots of black people who are in therapy and had trouble with several stuff. And I think he's in some weird organization trying to clear up minds and reading books that no one should read for free and telling things who I believe is bullshit. So I don't know. Um, what? Maybe she's starting a new religion. Maybe she's one of these guys who believe in God because he bought a novel from the guys who go with the black thing and try to force people to believe something. And I don't know. I think it's weird. And the truth is that life it's really complicated, and trying to force someone to believe something like church does, like some philosophers do, like my old teacher of philosophy who tries to force me to believe something and told me that pre-Socratic didn't have a gap in life, and I found a gap in life with pre-Socratic and an anarchist who is called Kant. And my psycholog, my teacher of of piano and contrabass or double bass was always talking about Kant, and this is why I got the influence of Kant. And he grew up in Russia, even though now it's Poland, and he thought about philosophy from a very peculiar perspective, and we talked tons about it. I I wish I talked bigger about that, but we had a class for studying contrabass, and it didn't happen that well. And I don't know. I mean, he died of cancer, and other person in my family died of cancer. Well, on my friend of mine died of cancer, and I don't know. Life it's vulnerable, and in my case, it's quite vulnerable because I have tried to suicide 3 times, even though it never happened, and no one wants to believe it. But I think about suiciding more than I actually do to try to suicide, even though I jump from my house from the first floor to the floor and I try to kill myself. And uh, no one dare realize that, but that's the truth. So, with that crazy stuff and tell crazy story about my life, and that maybe my psychologist is gonna change the pills because she has photocopied the papers of the pills. And I don't know, I mean, life it's a line, a line is a line, a love is a line, and sometimes you don't want to cross that line and you don't want to go through the lines of love, but sometimes you're forced to believe something, and jarl thinks and believes he is with me, and maybe it's the case, and maybe he's the one going to from Sweden, as I like to call it, even though it's Norway. And my grandma would call it Sweden, I believe, all the time. And you will have to say or believe that it's Sweden. She's quite peculiar and she's really annoying, but she's a great woman. And I mean great because she wants to have my happiness, and the picture of Zac Efron has been here for a while, and she believes it's going to be my wedding. And by Zac Efron, I mean Marius. I don't know if it's you or Car Jarl or whatever it is, but there's many noise and something tell me it's Jarl, but I don't know. Or it's Marius. Yeah, the word is Marius. And I don't know. I think you should try to think that I don't know you that well. It's true, but um, I don't know Jarl either. So I don't know. I know better Jarl, I believe, than you because you don't talk. You simply post a picture or make a video about something in Snapchat. And because in Snapchat you cannot talk, you can simply say a funny phrase and put some music, and that's all. And I don't know. I think I should tell you the truth, and the truth is that this video is too long, and I keep saying that, but I wanna kiss you. I can't. I wanna kiss you. And I wanna kiss my ex boyfriend once, and then I realized he tastes like bullshit and was miserable. But you taste like something because my toothbrush is changed, and you taste marvelous. And maybe you're not this one, or maybe not, but I wanna taste the sweetest candy in your mouth.